I think that the most recent video where I cried on camera, a lot of people, to me, I just felt like that's just part of the process, like no pain, no gain. But the fact that so many people were concerned made me realize this is probably not the way I should be living my life. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra, and this is probably going to be one of the last true minimalism videos that I make in a really long time to come. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo. This video is actually the second time that I'm filming it. I filmed it the first time and I was rambling and I was kind of emotional and it was all over the place. I didn't even really quite know what I was doing and it was kind of being driven from a place of fear. This was a really difficult decision. I've been kind of sitting on this through all of January, so I finally sat down, I have my notes, and I'm also not coming from a place of fear anymore. My decision is a lot more firm. By the time this video went up, I already made the public announcement on both my YouTube and my Instagram, and I had a lot of positive feedback from a lot of my, core subscribers, and that really meant a lot to me. I felt really supported and I feel like I'm doing the right thing. So that's why I'm going to be talking today about 9 points that I wanted to kind of talk about why I'm making such a heavy decision, given that my channel is primarily about minimalism. So let's get to talking about it. So firstly, I wanted to say that the reason this felt a little bit heavier is because I feel like, as much as I want to believe that my journey is just my own, my journey has been very public, and I feel like because of that, I felt like my minimalism wasn't just my minimalism. I felt like, how could I get on camera and tell people, I don't want to be a minimalist anymore, when I feel like I have been in some ways a role model, or I have led a certain lifestyle that other people could take inspiration from. I'm not trying to say this in a braggy way, but I'm just saying that I recognize that my decision felt heavier because I feel like in some ways I felt a lot of pressure. I felt like my minimalism wasn't my own. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and the first thing I want to say, is gratitude. Firstly, I want to express my gratitude, my deep, sincere gratitude to everybody who has been along with me for this 4-year journey of me documenting my minimalism on YouTube. I cannot express how much sincere appreciation I have for the support that you guys have given me. Honestly, I would not be here if it was not for you guys. You guys have cheered me on, especially in the 2nd year mark of my YouTube channel when I just didn't believe in myself anymore. There were a lot of you that cheered me on and said that, you have to keep going. So seriously, thank you so much. And so I'll be talking about the reasons, kind of what led up to making this decision. There are probably more, but I'm going to touch upon the core that were the ones that really resonated with me, and I feel like maybe this might resonate with somebody else who might be feeling this. Number one of the reasons is that I felt a lot of pressure to reach a certain standard, and I feel like there are a lot of more extreme minimalists out there, and I feel like they're always put on this pedestal, and I feel like as a minimalist, that should be the ultimate place where we should end up. And I have kind of struggled with this throughout the years because I feel like that's not me being authentic. I felt like that's really not who I am. When I practice extreme minimalism, I'm not happy. So I felt like it didn't matter though. I still had to push for that for the sake of my audience. I felt like I was being selfless because it's about them, it's not about me. And I just didn't know where to draw the line anymore. Where do I put my mental health first, and where do I just keep it about, just keep it business, just keep making the content that has been working. And I realized that this is how all of these standards were just the standards that I put in my mind. As I've always preached, minimalism is different for everybody. So I think somewhere along the line, I think I have definitely lost myself, which brings me to my second point. I have definitely been feeling a lot too much guilt to the point where I'm starting to feel like this is just unhealthy. And so I feel a lot of cognitive dissonance. I feel like I just can't get on camera anymore and tell people, keep going with minimalism, when I myself feel like I have kind of hit a roadblock. I've been practicing this for about 7 years, and I have taken breaks, as I've mentioned in videos, but I just feel like right now, I truly, genuinely don't feel like this is the lifestyle that I want to live. So because of that, morally speaking, I just can't get on camera and tell people, this and that. I have some videos still blocked and uploaded and ready to go, and I will release those, as I'm sure those videos could benefit somebody else who is still enjoying the lifestyle. But for myself, I just feel like I'm experiencing too much guilt that I feel that I need to take a break. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's reached out. I think that the most recent video where I cried on camera, a lot of people, to me, I just felt like that's just part of the process, no pain, no gain. But the fact that so many people were concerned made me realize this is probably not the way I should be living my life. So thank you so much. I want to be in a place where I no longer feel guilty in the decisions that I make. The third thing that I want to talk about is, and this freed me so much, so I want to say thank you to She's French. She told me that minimalism isn't even real. It's something that we just came up with in our heads. And that was so freeing for me because minimalism definitely felt very real to me. It felt very trapping. It felt like a really good guideline and a very good lifestyle to live. And I have reaped so many benefits, and I'm super grateful for minimalism having entered my life. And I probably will still practice several elements in my life, no matter if I no longer call myself a minimalist. But I just feel like it's not real. I don't have to live and torture myself as if it was real. I need to move on and I guess declutter my own minimalism. Yeah, I feel like in some ways I've reached the last step And I feel like many people have not documented this. And this is gonna lead me to the fourth point, and that is this idea of toxic minimalism. I feel like people have just recently started to talk about it, but I feel like I just could not find enough content. I think I found like 3 or 4 articles max. I searched everywhere, like toxic minimalism, the dark side of minimalism, like life after minimalism. Some videos were very, very helpful and also kind of giving me the strength to move forward, but no one's really gone into much depth into living a life outside of it, because one of the deep concerns for me was, what kind of life can I live outside of minimalism that doesn't involve returning back to hyperconsumption or being a normal person? I was like, there must be something else beyond a life of minimalism. No one, I don't know, I feel like people have not gone beyond that and documented it, and then I just felt like it called me. And I have mentioned this in videos, when it calls you that strongly, that's God speaking to you, and I felt like I have to be the one to do it. It's so scary and I'm gonna lose so many subscribers, but I have to be the one to document what life is like outside of minimalism. There has to be a life outside this. There has to be a way where there's that transition where a true minimalist has decluttered their minimalism. Yeah, which brings me actually into my fifth point, is that no one talks about this. Maybe I just haven't found enough information, but I just feel like there's no one who has documented what life is like outside of minimalism. When I went through my recovery, I felt very happy because I wasn't alone in my recovery at the time. Stephanie Buttermore was making a lot of her videos where she put on weight, and I felt super motivated, and I felt like there's some sort of guidance there, and there's a lot of documentation on the recovery process for anorexia. So I felt very happy and very safe in my recovery. I feel so much dread and anxiety and nervousness thinking of a life that is healthy outside of minimalism, that isn't particularly minimalism but isn't quite normal living. I mean, if it means going back to normal living, so be it, but I want to have some sort of guidance, and there is none. So I figured I'm gonna have to document my blunders through this in hopes that it might help somebody else out in the future. Number 6, the sixth point that I want to say is that I'm like super grateful for having had minimalism in my life. I mean, I really wouldn't have gone this far if I really didn't enjoy the lifestyle. I love the lifestyle. I am super grateful for it, but I feel like I have just gone to the point where I'm just doing it wrong again, and I need to take a break from it. I need to stop being a minimalist, and I think in not being a minimalist, in decluttering my own minimalism, I'm going to discover things that I wouldn't discover if I didn't leave, like as a fish, leave the water, leave my minimalism. There's a lot that I feel like I need to discover and address within myself, and I understand that if nobody wants to come along for the ride, I completely understand that. But yeah, that brings me to my 7th point. Moving forward, what does this mean for the future? I'm going to document this for an entire year. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing 3-month updates. I'm going to be sharing with you guys things that I'm going to be trying. I'm gonna name the series Life After Minimalism. I'm gonna talk about like what it's like to maybe like buy more again, what it's like to like not have to declutter, what's it like to like not live within like a color family, what's it like to have duplicates, like all of these things. See if any of these things, I'm gonna reintroduce everything into my life. I'm gonna live my life from a point of abundance. I'm gonna be in a stage in my life where I'm gonna be trying new things, bringing in new things. Like I'm gonna pretty much revamp my whole life to discover new things. And I think within that's where I'm at. I don't want to keep simplifying the bare bones. I'm going in the opposite direction. And I think once I have that, I will be able to re-enter the cycle again and see like, this works for me, this did not work for me, I like this, I don't like this. And yeah, I will do my best to document it, because I still enjoy making videos. I love making videos. That's actually something that hasn't changed, regardless if I'm a minimalist or not. I love the creative process of making videos, so I'm just gonna see this as another part of my journey. So chapter 1, life after minimalism. And the next thing, number 8, is I want to talk about some of the fears that I've been feeling. As a human, I think we are all afraid of the unknown, especially when you feel like, there could be a lot of negative consequences. For one, I could definitely lose a ton of subscribers, probably if, everybody. I think maybe like I might have like 3 or 4, my mom and a couple of my friends. So that is definitely really scary, because in some ways it's considered, as one subscriber, said, like, I think pretty much everybody's gonna leave, and I agree with them. And that's actually something that I had to address in myself. I think it's very selfish of me to want people to stay around when I'm not serving their needs. I think as a YouTuber, our role is to provide entertainment and value to others, and if the value that I'm providing is not what they need, for me to ask them to stay is extremely selfish. I completely respect and actually encourage that if my channel no longer serves you, I just want to say thank you, and I send you off with my love and my gratitude, that thank you for having been around for the period of time that I was a minimalist. And moving forward, for anybody who wants to come along and see what life could be like, life after minimalism, it's going to be like re-entering the matrix, re-entering the rat race, re-entering society. I think it could be a beautiful experience. But if you are not interested in that, no worries. I completely understand, is what I want to say. And so that actually frees me from that fear, and I don't have that fear anymore. I realized that it was selfish, and I don't think there's a way that I should live my life operating from a place of fear and a place of selfishness. And the last point, number 9, is that when I thought about it at the very end of the day, my YouTube channel is one that I made with the intention of wanting to help other people. That is why the majority of my content has been 10 tips to blah, blah, blah. And you know what, like minimalism problems. And then I'd offer solutions, because I think that I have made other videos where like I do vlogs and that's just entertaining. But I think that at the end of the day, the deepest sense of fulfillment that I have felt from my YouTube channel has been helping others and things that I have struggled with and helping others with it. So if I'm struggling with this cognitive dissonance of like, what am I supposed to do with my life if I'm not a minimalist? I am pretty sure there must be somebody else feeling this. So I feel like I have to be strong and throw myself into the lion's mouth. Let me take one for the team. I'll go first. No fears. Let me go first. So I'm actually really excited and hoping that this series, this 1-year documentation of what life is like outside of minimalism, could be very helpful for somebody. I know I have seen for myself that most people just quit and then that's the end of that. And it's like, what happened? For me, myself, I've actually been very curious about what happened to Fumio. Like I have tried to find his Instagram. Yeah, you guys know I'm a really big Fumio fan. Maybe a little bit too much. But I kept wondering to myself, what happened to Fumio? Like, yeah, he's an extreme minimalist, but now what? Like, I've just always looked for more guidance, and I realized like there's no one out there documenting this. So I figured if I can't find any role models or any mentors, I'm just gonna have to make the path myself and hope for the best and hope that this can help anybody who comes to this crossroad as well. I want to just apologize that if me leaving my minimalism, I don't know, maybe permanently in a year's time, I might decide that this actually was the best decision that I made and I might not be coming back to minimalism. I might decide actually I'm coming back with fresher eyes. I just want to apologize if this offends anybody or if this makes anybody uncomfortable. I want to apologize because that was never my intent. I don't want to make this video making anybody feel uncomfortable or feel like it's a personal attack on minimalism. I just want to put it out there that I think minimalism is a beautiful thing. Minimalism has definitely bettered my life, and although I have all these wonderful things to say about minimalism, I was using it in the wrong way, so I need to, for my own mental health, explore something different, and I hope that nobody takes this the wrong way. Comment down below any thoughts or feelings that you might be having. I think that if you're feeling a certain kind of way about stuff, I think other people might be too. Yeah, leave it down there so others can read it. And I want to say thank you so much. I hope that this video wasn't too formal, wasn't the most like of happiest of videos, but honestly, I'm coming from a place of I'm happy, guys. I don't know how else to put it. I'm really, really happy with my decision. I will see you guys in the next one. The couple videos I'll be releasing, they are still minimalism related. So yeah, I just wanted to address that if you're wondering, like, why is there still minimalism content on here? That's why. When those finish up, you'll start to see some of my more recent stuff. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.